Chess, a game of war waged on a checkered board, has captivated minds for centuries. From the palaces of kings to the homes of commoners, chess has transcended borders and cultures. Its origins shrouded in ancient history, chess emerged from the East, likely India, and spread like wildfire across the globe. Today, millions across the world relish the challenge of this timeless game. Chess is more than just a pastime. It's a mental workout, a test of strategy, and a battle of wits. Whether you're a seasoned grandmaster or a curious beginner, the allure of chess lies in its infinite possibilities and the promise of a satisfying mental challenge. The chessboard, a battlefield of 64 squares in alternating black and white, is where the drama unfolds. Each player commands an army of 16 pieces, each with its own unique powers and limitations. The king, the most important piece, moves one square in any direction. The queen, the most powerful piece, can move any number of squares diagonally, horizontally, or vertically. The rooks, masters of open files, move any number of squares horizontally or vertically. The bishops, masters of diagonals, move any number of squares diagonally on their own color. The knights, with their unique L-shaped movement, are the only pieces that can jump over others. Pawns, the foot soldiers, move one square forward but capture diagonally forward. The objective of chess is simple. Checkmate your opponent's king. Checkmate occurs when the king is under attack and cannot escape capture. The game, however, is anything but simple. To checkmate your opponent, you must carefully maneuver your pieces, control key squares, and outwit your opponent's defenses. Each player takes turns moving one piece at a time. White moves first, followed by black. While capturing your opponent's pieces is part of the game, the ultimate goal is to trap the king, not simply capture pieces. Learning the basic rules of piece movement is the first step on your chess journey. In chess, the center of the board is prime real estate. Controlling the center squares gives your pieces greater mobility and limits your opponent's options. From the very first move, strive to develop your pieces towards the center. Developing your pieces means moving them from their starting positions to more active squares where they can influence the game. Don't neglect your king's safety. Castling, a special move involving the king and one of the rooks, is crucial for protecting your king. Section 5. Tactical strikes, forks, pins, and skewers. Tactics are short-term sequences of moves that result in a material gain or a decisive advantage. Forks, pins, and skewers are common tactical motifs that every beginner should learn. A fork occurs when one piece attacks two or more enemy pieces simultaneously. A pin occurs when a piece is attacking a more valuable piece that is blocked by a less valuable piece. A skewer is similar to a pin, but the more valuable piece is in front of the less valuable piece. Mastering these tactical motifs will sharpen your chess vision and help you punish your opponent's mistakes. Section 6. Traps and how to avoid them. Chess is full of traps, especially in the opening phase. A trap is a sequence of moves designed to lure your opponent into making a mistake that costs them material or a positional advantage. One of the most famous traps is the scholar's mate, a four-move checkmate that can surprise unprepared opponents. While it's tempting to try and trick your opponent with traps, it's more important to focus on developing your pieces and controlling the center. Section 7. Openings starting strong. The opening is the first phase of the game where players develop their pieces and establish their pawn structures. There are many different openings, each with its own set of plans and ideas. As a beginner, it's not necessary to memorize complex opening variations. Instead, focus on learning the basic principles of opening play. Control the center, develop your pieces, and keep your king safe. Some popular openings for beginners include the Italian game, the Scotch game, and the Ruy Lopez. Section 8. Middle game, planning your attack. The middle game is the most complex and dynamic phase of the game. Pieces clash, plans are hatched, and the battle for control intensifies. In the middle game, it's important to think strategically and formulate a plan. Assess the position, identify your opponent's weaknesses, and look for ways to coordinate your pieces for an attack. Don't be afraid to sacrifice material if it leads to a decisive advantage. Section 9. Endgame, where kings go to battle. The endgame is the final phase of the game, where few pieces remain on the board. Endgames can be subtle and complex, requiring precise calculation and a deep understanding of pawn structures. In the endgame, the king transforms from a passive target to an active attacker. Learning basic endgame principles such as king activity, pawn promotion and opposition will give you an edge in this crucial phase of the game. Remember, even a small advantage in the endgame can be enough to secure victory.